This is a short video for the Air Collective. I'm an Aquarius, so with the Gemini moon and love the Libras. Okay. Take what resonates. Hopefully everything will. Air sign. So air is the sign of communication, intellect, logic, right? Usually very smart, based off, our own definitions of that. But to figure out your purpose, you need something more than intellect, right? You need something more than logic. Gemini, oh, Gemini, you've been through some shit. Libra too, man. I mean, I guess it's all the... A lot of the air signs are going through that intense connection. Why? Oh my goodness. To change the world with that 5D integration. We need to raise the vibration. Light workers, we need to raise the vibration of love on this planet, and so that's why these connections are happening right now. Music therapy. If you're not into meditation, you don't have to sit there and ohm yourself into meditation. Listen to music. As long as Abraham Hicks says you're letting your cork float, that's it. That's all you got to do. Let your cork float means that we naturally exist at a high vibrating frequency. So picture our happiness as a cork floating in the water. When we think negatively or we go into that spiral, think about the spiral as like a current in the waves. It comes and it goes, but this too shall pass. Like this card came out. If you're feeling lonely, time to release. Those came out together. Surrender to the current, but not to the reasons for the current. Does that make sense? Third eye is at the bottom. It's time to go beyond the mind. And, I know a lot of Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, we're all tapped. We're pretty intuitive, and not a lot of people know that. But we're learning to balance head and heart. And if you're juggling two things, if you're in your head about a lot, if you're undergoing such a deep transformation that you can't even speak about it because no one around you understands or would take it seriously because that's how out there it is. I don't know. And you know what? Going through it alone and then coming out the other end alone, it gives you this sense of empowerment you never thought possible. Not power. Empowerment. Empowerment. It comes from within, and you don't want to overtake anyone with it because you already overcame yourself. You realize there never was an enemy except yourself. And when you overcome that, when you're alone and there's no one else to blame, there's no one else to lean on, there's no one else to go to except you. You're just there like, hey, I'm still here. It brings about this love in yourself that allows you to take that leap of faith that I see the Fool so clear right now. Everyone wants to take a leap of faith on something. Whoever's watching this, cross-watcher, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. This is my leap of faith. God was like, you have a message to share. And I'm like, I'm not ready. And it's like, yeah, you are. I'm like, I'm not ready. Cycle beginning. Also obsessive here is on the other side of... When I channel, sometimes I get so much information. I have index cards on hand at all times. And I'm just like, some of these get really sloppy. Badger spirit. Learn to segment intent. All right. Oh, my nose. Angels. Angels around you. Usually an itchy nose. As you start to tap into your gifts and you learn certain signs, itchy nose, which is pretty like universal, almost like white feathers relate to angels. Itchy nose, especially when given a reading, that's like, you guys could be earth angels. Your life may have been a little bit harder with no return or reward for the silent sacrifices. Return to sender with love. The brighter you shine, protect your energy. The brighter you shine, the more balancing forces are going to come. Meaning, darker. Dark isn't bad. But it's the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius, third eye, and business. We need to discover a new way, and I do truly believe it's up to us, especially in this age of Aquarius, started December 25th. We need a new way to run the economy. We need a new way to run business. We need to redefine what business is. Elemental. It's time to literally become the last airbender. Yeah, everyone's starting a new cycle. What do you want to do for work? I can't even, I think we should just come up with a whole new word for it. Because when I hear work, career, business, I'm like, But look, this makes money. I enjoy it. And I'm sitting on my bed right now. This wall is my room wall. Yeah, a lot of you guys, cars just flew out. I'm assuming a lot of you guys are working really fucking hard. Work smarter, not harder, is what I just heard. But the smarter has to come from getting creative. It's like smarter regarding the right brain. The left brain, it could rest. You could be like, you know what, love, you've been doing so good. I'm going to be using you to look at the numbers on the clock just to see if you know what those numbers add up to. Right now it's 7:26 p.m. So 7-8. That means moving up. Avatar 555 on the timestamp. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of us. You know, live in the now. The past is heavy. Energy flows where attention goes. If you're negatively focusing on the past, stop that. No one is perfect. Whether you're hard on yourself or somebody else, nobody's walked in each other's shoes. Nobody understands why they are the way they are and why they do the things they do, or if it was meant to be that way, which I'm learning a lot about, you know, why people are the way they are. This is sacrifice and time to move it. Some of you are sacrificing your own happiness. A lot of you are sacrificing your own happiness for old laws, loyalties, moral codes, and justices that just don't serve you anymore or serve anybody. Even the people who are talking about you or have their eyes on you or the situation are secretly rooting for you. You could be a poet, a musician, twin flame, world change again, plant light seeds. Don't give up on love. I haven't flipped not one tarot card yet. These are just like I'm literally speaking directly to pieces of my soul tribe right now. If talents are coming up, work on them. If you want to, like, let the inspiration guide you. It would be you. It's amazing what can happen in 30 days. It's just planting a seed. And there's a full moon in Aquarius on the 23rd or the 24th. Let the new insights that come to you just blossom the way they blossom. Don't try to restrain them. Don't try to repot them. Put them in a pretty pot so it looks pretty in your pretty backyard for when other pretty people come over. It doesn't make sense. Let it grow wild in the field. Let them bloom. Don't pick out the weeds. Leave the dandelions. You know what I mean? It's time to change perspective. And that's what's going to happen with the full moon in Aquarius. Everyone's going to get some Aquarius up in their energy. And it's going to rock your world. Putting more into the vortex. Okay, so if you're feeling lonely, look up Abraham Hicks. You're putting what you want into the vortex, meaning as you feel lonely, as you feel abandoned, as you feel betrayed, what Abraham Hicks says is that you put the opposite of it, by contrast, by default, into this vortex of creation that is vibrationally available to you at any time. All you need to do is raise your vibration in order to match that frequency of that dimension or that world or that life that you choose to live. It won't be overnight. I remember I kept telling my parents, like the last few months, it was last August, I'm like, I feel different. I just feel different. And almost a year later now, it's finally coming to fruition. Don't give up. And as I share more of my story of like how you view me, how my family views me, how my friends, that's like an old word. I don't shadow work. Oh, my neighbor, whoever knows me right now or thinks they do, it's not who I am. And if you're feeling lonely in that sense, you know that someone else feels that. Do the thing. You'll never feel ready. Resist. Okay, this is upside down. I don't usually take reversals, but someone, including myself, whenever I give advice, know that I reflect on it and I'm like, I ask myself the question. I just don't do it in the moment so that I can keep the reading going. Just do it. Dive in. Just jump. Tap into your inner Aries. You have a little bit of every sign in you. So fight for what you love. And then the job again. Some of you guys are like literally dying at work. I don't say that as like a hyperbole. I mean, like, you are draining your life force and literally dying in your work field. You hate it. You fucking hate it. I don't mean to laugh. It's just like literal exhaustion, and it's time to add some dolphin energy, some fun, some play. Start dreaming again. Start dreaming. Don't be so rigid. I have no time to dream. I have bills to pay. I have people to support. I have, mortgages. I have debt. I have school loans I need to pay off. I have a car note. And as I'm shuffling, I'm like getting more and more aggressive. Badger came out. Oh, so random. All of a sudden, a badger came into my mind. I'm like, I don't even know what a badger looks like. Like, why is that? And then a reading was like, hey, badger spirit twice. Purpose and integration. All right, I'm going to end this message here. Step into your purpose by integrating your shadow side. Don't be scared to look in there. Don't be scared to look at what makes you scared. You know those subconscious tics that are starting to come out, and you're realizing, oh my God, how long have I been doing that? You might have found a muse. A muse is someone, I was just telling my mom this. I always knew the word, but I never really used it, looked into it. It's somebody or something, usually someone that inspires a creativity in you like no other. It's like they make you become a better person. They remove all the blockages because you start to look at yourself in a different way because of them just existing. Sounds so corny, right? Conditional. They show you what the meaning of unconditional love is. They show you how to get creative in expressing yourself. And they also show you that all the love that you need truly is inside yourself. And I could not break that down. I'm like, how is it inside of myself? I'm looking. Where is it? I can't find it. And then you meet your muse. Energy flows where your attention goes. What is strength to you? I'm going to answer that for myself, and hopefully it'll resonate with somebody else. Strength to me has changed in like the last month. It constantly is transforming, and I think that it alone is strength itself, the ability to adapt. He who can survive is, oh God, it's a quote, I don't know. He who's something is a man who can adapt to change, accept change. Change is scary. Change is somebody leaving. Change is going after something new. Change is moving. Change is traveling. Change is taking a leap of faith. Change is taking a step before you know that it's going to yield good outcomes. Right now, the whole theme of all this is to don't worry about the outcome. Does it make you happy? Does it make your heart sing? If you feel impulsive or compulsed by it, I can tell you I'm very impulsive. Very impulsive. It used to not embarrass me. I wasn't born with a certain level of shame, and I can see I can see why, because I was supposed to live a very intense life so I could form this depth, right? Oof, but time to release it. So I'm going to be sharing some of the things I've gone through. Not gone through, but lived, experienced. And it's going to bring a lot of people together because everyone's staying quiet because it's very strange. But look at 2020 alone. 2020 like broke the foundation. 2021 is everything kind of the pieces coming together. 2022, it's gonna like suck. That's the word. There's no word. That's just the sound. It's gonna like. By the end of this year, a lot of fated events are going to come together based off like the juxtaposition of the planets. It just is like the way the planets are. I mean, things, they have not aligned this way. And think massive astrological bodies. I'm talking 20,000 times the size of Earth. Think of Earth, right? Just chilling in a space, held up by whatever. A mass with all these little masses called humans in it, thinking and existing on it. And then other ones even bigger, emitting even stronger energy. This is not something to take lightly. If anything, what we're taking heavily is the things we should be taking lightly. Because once we take the heavy things lighter and the lighter things heavier, does that make sense? You start to find your purpose. And yeah, you have one. It's just that thing that has always been a common theme in your life, but you never thought it would be the thing. But it is the thing, and it's only going to grow and evolve. So start with the thing. Just start. Who cares about the outcome? Who cares about what people will think? Who cares if it's successful? Who cares if it'll bring in money? If it makes you happy in that moment, do it. And then once it stops, stop doing it. I just feel like coming on here and saying that. So 1515, yeah. You can, I don't know. I was gonna link my socials on all these platforms, but it's like I just feel like I speak to certain collectives on certain platforms. I'll have a specific message for Instagram, Facebook, like, I just it's allocated. I feel like there's many collectives with specific messages. Of course, YouTube is huge, but there is a specific collective that I'm reading. You're vibing on the same frequency as I. Okay, I love you guys.